Everybody is talking about the idea, is Doechii an industry plant? I don't want to get too deep into the specifics of like what is an industry plant, blah blah blah, or who's been an industry plant. I just want the room to just state their opinion on it because we've kind of flirted around these topics, we tiptoed with it. Let's just have this and move on. Do you guys think that Doechii's incredible rise to success, where she's getting all these accolades, she's Grammy winning, one Woman of the Year, Lauren Hill bringing her out, all of this stuff, like, do you think she is an industry plant, or do you think that this is something else? Whoever wants to take the mic.
I mean, I'll jump in and say I do not think that at all. I think that if anything, the Lauryn Hill thing should give it credibility that that's not the case because I'm sorry, I didn't hear about Lauryn Hill being an industry plant back in the day like that. Yeah. And the fact is, Lauryn Hill's non-show up ass, if she's bringing you out
late to the party,
she's not gonna be trying to shill for any industry stuff because she can't even shill for her own tour date times. Is
this like some take one or no one type shit? Like it got to be an industry plant to acknowledge an industry plant, or
I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but I feel like if they're an industry plant, then that means that they're gonna try to put you on some people, and Lauryn Hill is the last person they're gonna try to put you on to hang out with because her ass don't show up when she need to actually show up.
And
when she
the
get paid
industry
to
don't
do.
like her.
Yeah,
the industry
does not like her. They're like they
That's a
tried to
great
anoint
point.
her as the next like beacon, and then she said, "All right, great, I'm gonna release this one album, and then I'm never gonna show up on time again."
You'll never fucking hear from me.
Exactly.
Like, literally.
No, I think that Doechii is kind of that grassroots thing. Like a lot of us, like you as well, have been following her since she started. I think that sometimes timing really does mean everything, and for her, timing hit perfectly. And right now, it's her moment. It's like SZA had her moment a couple years ago. Like sometimes it's your moment to shine, and if you take advantage of it, you do well. If you shy away from it, you may fumble a bag. But she's not fumbling the bag on this one. I think that she's taking advantage of everything that she's being offered and everything that's in front of her. I mean, I'm not trying to be like a homer for her, but do say I think that that's just actually her hard work just showing off and being like rewarded in this case.
All right. Verdi or Isaiah?
personally, I think I'm gonna just hold back on my comments. Personally, I want to see it like like where her stardom is when she drop her next project, and how people perceive it, and if people talking about it or whatnot. Yeah, I'm just leave it at that because I don't really want to go too deep or just go too hard or just say anything too left. You know what I'm saying?
So what are you, okay? So then let me ask then. So what are the things you're kind of paying attention to with her next release, and to give you whatever kind of opinion you're looking to solidify?
I just want to see how people about to perceive her next project because like, don't get me wrong, Alligator Bites Never Healed, like, it was a good album or whatnot, but, like, the push, and I don't see the stardom matching. I don't see her music, like, how big her music is matching how I see people on a day-to-day talk about music in reality. You know what I'm saying? Talk about music. Like, I don't really hear her, like, get mentioned or nothing like that for real. So,
I mean,
like,
I think that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I'm just want to wait till the next album and see if, like, there's more. Because, like, that's, like, kind of like her first breakout album. So, like,
Okay.
I mean, because outside of Denial is a River, a lot of us who listen to her know a bunch of her songs. But in terms of, like, the fact that she is as widely known as she is, there's not a lot of people who can name any of her other songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Which is crazy because, like, Denial of the River being the hit is funny because that's not the song they originally pushed originally in terms of labels. But before I get into everything, where you at with it, Zay? How do you feel about Doechii's?
No. Yeah,
I can bullet point this.
I was gonna say something, and I'm glad that I'll let Bertie go first because now that I actually was like sat and thought about it, I would have to. I gotta say that's an amazing take that you said. I think we can't really judge if she is a industry plant or whatever until we actually get some more from her. I mean, this album obviously was great. We all loved it. We all heard it. You know, it's been getting great. It's been getting great feedback. And this one that she just dropped it's been doing numbers since it came out. I just think we need more from her before we can just sit here and judge her and be like, oh, she's industry planning or whatever, or she's for this person, she's for that people. I think we gotta hear more before we can at least sit there and judge her and say like, oh, you know, well, she's kind of industry planty or something like that. You know,
and I really don't think that she like a industry plan because like I said, she already put in like hella work before. Mm-hmm. To me, in my mind, an industry plan is like this motherfucker just popped up on the scene, no resume, no nothing, just
nothing.
You here
First
and
song,
your shit is going crazy.
And
but,
I think there's a difference too that like a lot of people like because look, industry plant is a buzzword, just like in politics, it's a fucking buzzword. That's what it is. It's people throw anything that doesn't make sense to them. Industry plant. But there's a big difference between industry plant and industry push. Like the fact that the industry is standing behind her right now because here's an alternative black woman who's rising the ranks in the rap game. We like this. We like to see it. Let's stand behind it. As opposed to she popped up out of thin air. Nobody heard of her. She was on the street. Like, you know, like there's a big difference there. And I feel like that line gets fucking blurred with a lot of these social media fucking warriors. You know what I mean? Like,
and because one thing I was going to say too is I mean, I know that right now there's a thin line between like playlist, album, all this stuff. But Alligator Bites Never Heal was released as a mixtape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not released as her debut album. And where is she signed? TDE. So when you go back to Kendrick, we all started talking about Kendrick back in Section 80.
That was released as a mixtape.
There was an independent album, but it was not his debut album.
Yeah.
That's not, so she still has her chance to release her kind of like
I think
opus
she's
intro.
She's definitely though reached higher highs than Kendrick did pre Good Kid. Yeah. Like this is not 100%. This is like Section 80 was not Grammy winning and all of that. Like it was a very good buzz that led into the album, but that's why like
it was a hype album. It was like Incognito for, again, I don't know why I'm bringing up so much Ludacris now, but it was Incognito for Ludacris before he dropped Back for the First Time.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Look, Chris nailed it because there's a difference between planted and pushed. Yep. And I think really when you look at Doechii, what she is she's just lightning in a bottle. Like this situation is lightning in a bottle because she's a talented artist who had smaller moments. Again, there's people like me that have been championing her for 5+ years. And and like at the same time, there's also, you know, a very new audience. Like my girl and I went to go get Hobcat, and when we went there was a white girl with red hair rapping "Denial is a River" word for word, and I was like, oh yeah, this motherfucker, she's gone, she's popped, she's here. But like she has gotten pushed absolutely, but what got her here is a culmination of events. It got her with her great project that had buzz. Viral performances before her Grammy nomination. She did the Tiny Desk that blew up. She did the I always mix up the late nights. I don't know if it was Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, whatever, but she did that. And so like she did those. She was working her moments. And again, if she was an industry plant, her biggest charting song is "Denial is a River," which is not the song they pushed. They pushed Nissan Altima and Boom Bap. And what was the other one?
Top on the phone.
Yeah, like they pushed other records, and those records didn't work, but they took time. 11K sales first week, and so that is not industry plant stuff. Like she organically grew.
And let's talk about how technically sound the Yucky Bucky freestyle was, which was the first time a lot of people.
That was my Yucky Bucky fruitcake or whatever.
Yeah, like that was
the first song. That was the first one I heard by her, and I was like, oh,
the
this
way
shit is
that
hard
she
as
like
fuck.
started that, and you're like, okay, this is basic, and then she got complex. Like she hit
and what's
7 different flows in that one song.
When that fucking beat switch came in, Doechii, you forgot to take the chicken, bro. I was like, all right, this is it. She got something here. Yeah, for real.
So all of that's happening, right? But what also amplified this was the historic beef and the connection. Like the 2024 battle made Kendrick, Drake, like those were two camps, Republicans, Democrats, however you want to look at it. It was very politicized, and Kendrick being pro TDE, being like made it clear that TDE was family, that built momentum for Doechii. And also the counterpoint of the people that were talking against her, of calling her an industry plant, also polarized her, because every single superstar that has ever reached that status is polarizing. For one way or another. Drake is polarizing. Kendrick's polarizing. Kanye's polarizing. Tupac's polarizing. Everybody that reached Eminem, every superstar is polarizing, and that made her polarized. That made her look that way. So it was a perfect combination of that, between her viral performances, her album generally building buzz with more exposure, and then TD doing what a label's fucking job is and saying, hey, there is something here. People are tapping into this. Let's funnel our money into this. And that is the push, not the plant. So Doechii is not a plant. She is being pushed by TD 100%. Whether I don't want to get into is every stream legit or not, whatever, because everybody does that shit. I'm not getting into that part, but she is absolutely getting pushed. But there's nothing wrong with pushing. That's literally the label's job.
That's the point.
That's why
that's the
you
whole point of
signed
the
to a
job.
fucking label, is to get pushed.
I honestly
You
think
signed a label because you can't reach this success on your own. You need help. Give me help. That is
I
what
gotta
a
say,
label's doing.
I think
and
the
TD's
only
doing a
reason
brilliant
why
job.
people are saying that she was an industry plant is because she kind of hurt a few people's feelings this past week.
Mm-hmm.
She hurt some niggas' feelings this week when she was on the Hot Ones interview.
Oh yeah, when she said like,
I haven't
straight
seen
men,
that yet,
straight
yeah.
men are
Yeah,
red
basically
flags.
she went on the Hot Ones
Oh,
interview
yeah,
and she
yeah,
said
yeah.
straight men are red flag, and a lot of niggas got their feelings hurt. But it's like
I do
bro,
think that was a little bit. That was a little bit of like, let me push this button because I know it'll be a talking point.
go
It
ahead,
could also
defend
be
it,
her.
Isaiah.
It could also
ahead.
it could also be her because look.
But why are y'all hurt? Why y'all feelings hurt about it though?
Oh, my feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
She
like-
don't look good to me at all for me to even care about
Right.
what she's talking about.
But it's just a thing like.
Grabbing his glass.
Like, she
As a
really
straight
mad
male,
as hell,
I
for
could
real.
care less if Doechii thinks when a red
It's
flag.
weird to say though. That's weird. Like
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think that's weird.
No, she knew 100% what she was doing. She knew
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
That was a
I could tell.
design. That was a design thing. And I'm not also saying both things can be true. That can also be her thing because she talked about in her records. She talked about like having the dude that she was with cheated on her with another dude. And she was like confused by it. Like she's talked about, like being into girls and stuff too. So like
No,
she likes
she's
strippers.
open-
She's got a girlfriend.
She's
like, yeah,
openly
she's-
bisexual.
Yeah.
So, like,
In that world,
I didn't think anything
a
of
woman-
it because
yeah,
I don't give a shit.
right.
yeah,
no,
fuck
I
who
don't
you
give a
want to
shit.
fuck. It doesn't
If you
doesn't
want to
affect
get your
me.
back blown out by a nigga getting his back blown out, that's all on you. You know what I'm saying? That's your world.
That's gonna be the clip. That's
Some
gonna
human
be the-
centipede. No, man. Look.
So,
All I really got to say is that like what you like, bro. Like, Doechii still hard. I'm still gonna bump her, bro. Her thinking dude guys is red flags. It ain't got shit to do with her music.
Again, too, this is the playbook.
I mean, if
Be
Kalani said
polarizing.
the same shit, we wouldn't care.
Nobody would give a fuck.
No
Who
one
said
would
the
give
same
a fuck.
shit? I'm sorry.
Kalani.
Oh, Kalani.
Because we all know that.
Wasn't she-
Because we
isn't-
all know
we
Kalani
wouldn't
openly
care. Said that
bisexual
same?
We
too.
wouldn't care because Kalani is irrelevant right now,
That's
as
facts,
opposed
too.
to Doechii.
That's facts too.
But one thing I was
That's-
gonna.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I was going on a separate thing. If you want to finish on the point about.
Nah, I was just
Hey,
saying.
Kyrie won.
That's one thing I
Kyrie
don't like
won.
that came with Doechii is all this feminist woke shit that's coming with her like this and that what's that shit called the colorist movement. Yeah, the colorist movement, all that. I knew that shit was gonna get fucking annoying from the fucking start. As soon as I seen how dark her skin was, how talented she was, I'm like, oh yeah, Twitter is about to have a frenzy with this motherfucker.
Yeah,
A
that's
frenzy. I fucking hate Twitter sometimes, but that's still my favorite though.
I know. I hate it so much. But
we're
I'm
here
like,
for the bullshit.
Yeah, and my thing is like, what it is. I built this fucking city. You
But
can't take this shit away
I
from
will-
me. I've been on this shit since 2009. You
Man.
can't take away what's my. Can't kick me out the band, motherfucker.
I will say, one woman of the year though, that was a stretch. Like I'm sorry. I know she achieved a lot, But Glorilla, come on, man. How do you look at Doechii and Glorilla and be like, yeah, Doechii had a phenomenal year. I love Doechii, but Glorilla had a fucking.
What was the Woman of the Year? What was the platform that it was rated through? Like Vanity Fair or something?
Vogue or Vanity Fair or something.
Yeah, like one of those.
That track.
One of those. I just think of the Dave Chappelle joke where he said Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year her first year, and he was like, think about that. Her first year, she beat all you bitches.
Well, I mean, to be fair, no, the Woman of the Year ranking was Billboard.
That's
okay.
what it was.
So that does make a little more, because then if it was like,
It still should be
It
Glorilla.
definitely should be Glorilla.
Glorilla charted way better than Doechii.
yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it makes more like if it was like a random, but
So woman,
Vogue
the
or
woman
whatever.
Of the year,
And
if
that
it
it's
was
like
If it was Vogue, like I was thinking, like if it was
Billboard.
Vogue, I'd be like, I probably would have picked like Meg Thee Stallion or some shit. 'Cause
or
you know what
or
I'm saying?
it doesn't have to be a rap.
Honestly,
it could be
to me,
a,
I thought
a
it would
woman
be
CEO.
I
Somewhere,
honestly,
you know what I
the
mean?
thing
Like,
that surprised me, I thought it would if they were naming someone, it would have been someone like Chappelle Roan or like Sabrina Carpenter or some shit like that. Like,
Oh, they knew they couldn't pick Sabrina Carpenter. They knew they couldn't put their racism out in Front Street like that. They knew.
they knew that what they wanted to put out front though. Sabrina Carpenter is sitting pretty. But one thing I want to go back to real quick is while I do think that obviously being part of TDE helped her, I don't agree with you 100% on the fact that the beef helped propel her. Because I think that she was building her shit like Nissan Altima, if you guys remember, was part of her Swamp series. She was doing every Friday. She was doing that Lil Wayne mixtape shit that Kanye, when we liked him, the Good Fridays. Like, she was building her shit organically that way. She was dropping shit every week. Nissan Altima was the one that was like the single. Then Nissan Altima dropped. Then the beef happened. Then the album dropped. So I don't think that the album necessarily or the
100%.
mixtape had to do with the beef. I think that she was grinding because you know how TDE does their things. TDE always they're like, yo, Isaiah Rashad, this is your time. Okay, Schoolboy Q, this is your time. Lance Skywalker, who we haven't heard from in a minute, this is your
Don't need
time.
to.
yeah, I'm
Don't
okay.
need to. But no, listen. Let me counter it with one. Academics was fucking talking about it. Like she reached a different demographic, a different virality because of the beef, because Kendrick championed her, because SZA championed her, because she was very TDE and she was experiencing
First off,
success. Both
I
things
disagree.
are true. She's reaching
I also
success
don't-
on her own.
I don't believe anything. I don't believe half the shit Act say to be clear.
Okay, but Ack also has the biggest platform in hip hop, so like him saying it, whether he shits on it or
He also
praises
said
it.
that Cardi's album is gonna be all a full slaps, no misses. And let's be honest, that shit was 30 tracks long
Yeah, no.
and 17
Ack
hours.
has bad takes. It doesn't matter whether his takes are right or wrong. What matters is that a guy of that stature is talking about you. That is something that he's not talking about fucking Absol. He's not talking about like, he was talking consistently about Doechii. Like the fact that
I felt like he was talking about her in the realms of the beef though was because of him having a side on the beef.
But yes, again, I'm not arguing Ack's intentions, his validity, his opinion. I'm not supporting any of that. But I'm saying just the sheer mention. That's like if the Joe Budden podcast says today the rap cave sucks. Our numbers are going through the fucking roof. If Joe Budden says Chris Platte fucking sucks, that middle-aged podcaster don't know shit about rap, our shit's going up.
You mean that old ass white man?
Yeah, that old ass white man.
White man. But that's what it's all publicity is good publicity. And
Exactly.
So my question for you is this:
It
though.
doesn't mean
Do
that-
you think that if the Kendrick Drake beef didn't happen this year, Doechii doesn't have the same year?
Yes.
No.
Yes, she
I
does.
believe she does.
No.
All right, no, she
wholeheartedly
doesn't.
believe she does.
I don't know how to answer that
doesn't.
question.
Because
Agreeing with
Doechii, when she dropped that album, the spotlight was so fucking bright on TDE. You say anything about any of their artists for real, like it's like with, what's his name? What's the name that was on GNX? AZ.
AZ alike.
AZ
You see, he hopped on that. He hopped on that album, and
that
wait
nigga
till he
Chuck E.
tweeted.
Cheese?
He said, this nigga just changed my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick had that moment where anything in the realm of Kendrick was.
But what did Kendrick do to? Because Kendrick actually ain't got shit with Doechii.
Well, he publicly supported.
He
Doechii.
literally posted her album on his Instagram story.
But he posted a
what,
lot
What
of
other
albums.
Instagram story has he posted even since then?
Nah, he doesn't
posted
post a lot of shit.
he posted SZA. He posted a lot
Probably
of
posted like Super Bowl shit.
Yeah,
shit like that.
SZA and Doechii.
Yeah, people that's in his
But
camp, in his realm.
Nissan Altima came out that's to me. That's when I first started like seeing
But you're
Doechii
not-
getting that
you're
grain. Nissan Altima came out before the beef shit happened.
Okay,
You're
so
not
do you
wrong.
think-
You're not wrong. Both things are true. She's building momentum organically, but this is taking her to another level.
I don't you guys listen. We can have a disagreement on this opinion, but to me, anybody I talk to about her doesn't even mention Kendrick or Drake or shit about that. When I have a conversation with my friends about
They
that,
ain't got to, because she's being talked about alone like herself, but she's a part of the TDE. So like, whether
She now stands on her own, but there was conversations that were had where she was by proxy in those.
Guilty by association.
Or
I mean, if that were the case, then where the fuck Schoolboy Q fucking missed the bag then? Because Blue Lips was one of the best albums last year too.
Everyone
and he
in
did
TDE
not get that same push from that beef.
Schoolboy Q was already established. He
Then
already had a sound that everybody knows.
Then why
that
didn't Blue Lips
everybody's
get the
used
same
to.
bump?
Huh?
Then why didn't Blue Lips get the same bump?
because
He
we
came out around
already
the same
used,
time.
we already used to this man. We've heard this man for the past 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how long he been
and
rapping.
Kendrick didn't post his album. And,
Right,
and
Kendrick wasn't fucking with dog like that. He
the-
wasn't picking up the phone for Schoolboy Q. He's like,
But
he said
Schoolboy
that- he
Q
said
was
that,
in the
right?
fucking Not Like Us video.
the only
said
thing.
that.
I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he said Kendrick wasn't answering the phone.
Also, I mean,
On Drink
even
Champs,
though
on Drink Champs.
Nissan Altima was before the
Jokes,
beef, like
jokes.
Blue Lips was before the beef too.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
Around the
Lips
same
before the
time.
beef?
It was.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was.
I
It
thought
was.
it was in,
It
like,
was more-
February.
It was
Yeah,
released more
February.
recently. Because I mean, Nissan Altima came out right around the same time. And that's
Right.
when Doechii
Again,
really got her fucking
that's-
thing.
that's
Katy
brilliant,
Perry, I think, did more for goddamn Doechii with her being on the single than anything else too. So like,
No.
Well, no,
Well, I don't know- I
that
don't know
does
about
that again. Like it takes.
that wasn't the beef for getting her on Katy Perry track.
You're right, but it takes everything to get to where she's at. You can't take one of those elements. You can't take Nissan Altima out of it. You can't take Katy Perry out of it.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
don't.
take
I
the
don't
beef
think.
out
I don't.
of it.
I would. But
everything
the way that
culminated
you had
to this.
the way you had put it was like the beef was the reason. I would
No,
say
no,
that's
listen.
not
No,
100%.
no, no, I'm
beef,
not.
the beef amplified it at least by 3 times. Wherever her
Whatever-
status is right now,
I
if
think
you
it's
divide it
less-
by 3. You divided by 3 if there was no beef.
But my thing
Not
is,
saying that she wasn't gonna be a star.
my thing is,
or
I think
not
you could
gonna
take the
be
beef
a
out of it,
rising
and
star.
she was still gonna be big. I don't think that the beef was the
I
thing
don't
that
see
made
it.
her. I don't call it definitive. If you want to say it helped her, I can agree with that. It does. Everything helps a little bit. Like
Right.
That's all. I'm
if she
saying.
go to a fucking Chick-fil-A and slap a bitch in the face, like that gonna help her a little bit, like Ariana Grande licking a donut. But at the same time, do I say that the Ariana Grande licking the donut is the reason that she's big? No. I think she can not do that and still be the same.
Right. Like I just think it amplified it. I ain't gonna say that's the main reason. I wasn't. I don't be listening to Doechii like that, and I wasn't listening to her like that before, so I don't know. But
So,
that's
definitely
Ariana
I-
Grande
I-
licked a donut.
yeah, and it was like a big thing.
I
She
gotta
was
see
drunk
that.
and she
Yeah,
just
send
fucking
me that video.
Send me that,
Continue.
send me that.
4K, please.
for research.
For research.
4K.
We've been talking about Chris's research today.
It's not the type of licking you want.
Yeah.
You won't like it.
I'm just saying, I'm an intellectual.
It's not the Isaiah Rashad
Oh
licking.
my god.
Oh, no, hey, look, no. we don't need that type of looking.
Listen, I want one Doechii thing because we're all establishing like, look, and we're not the first podcast to say this. Now but like,
Oh, we aren't?
Yeah, no, Doechii's obviously very much on the trajectory for superstardom. So I got one question and one question only. Can she, if you want to put percentage on it, can she chance this thing? Can she just absolutely fucking crash the plane and
Yes.
burn and fucking burn this whole shit down? Because she is on a superstar trajectory.
I don't
Remember, like, honestly, when I thought about her rise and where she's at and, like, the standing and, like, public approval she has. It really does rival Chance, where it's like she's just it. Like, everybody is putting all their money on Doechii being the next big thing. This is Dogecoin. This is whatever you want to do. Like,
As long as
whatever.
she doesn't get married, I think she'll
Yeah,
be all
like,
right.
Clearly, no straight man.
what's the chance?
Yeah.
What's the chances that she chances this thing? and she just fucks it up.
I think if shit go left for Doechii, it could partially be her fault, but I think the fan base that she has brought in, the basically the same as like the Kendrick Stans or whatever, these brainiac fucking smart ass motherfuckers. I think they the ones that's gonna end up burning the shit down
Theater
because
kids.
people are. I feel like people are getting tired of everybody thinking they so fucking smart and thinking they know everything and thinking that they know what you supposed to like and not supposed to like and this, that, and the third. And after a minute, it's just gonna get irritating. So I think if like if her bridge do burn, it's not gonna be on her specifically, somewhat.
I could see that. I could see either that type of thing, or I could see the fact that one thing about the biggest criticism about Alligator Bites Never Heal is the fact she was trying to sing, she was trying to rap, she was trying to do a little pop, she was trying to do a little too much, and it may come into a point where she's trying to appease too many people and not get to one core, which kind of what happened to Chance. Chance tried to go a little bit more like Chance
Yeah,
also.
he did try to go pop.
He did try to go pop. Chance had a lot of other things going on.
He tried to make a Disney album.
He did, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna say it's a 0% because I think any new artist can make a misstep, and right now in the way that the industry's set and the way that social media is, one misstep can mess up your whole rollout and timeline and career from that point. Look, I mean, you talk about Chance. You look about one thing that the baby said at a concert, and that man had not been able to recover. You can look at so many instances of like, yo, one misstep can really mess you up.
Because like I honestly put her in that class of Chance, like where it's like they're pre-anointed. Like you look at Chance, you look at Cardi B. Who are some of the other people you throw in that? Lil Baby. Like she's like in that class of like she's reached that level of like foundational support.
And again, if you even talk about pop, there was a big time where it was like Katy Perry versus Taylor Swift. Katy Perry ain't released, apparently to the pop artists, a good album in the last two. Katy Perry basically irrelevant. People didn't even know Katy Perry released an album last year.
Yeah, people don't even like hearing from her anymore.
Right.
She is
so,
annoying, but
but again, that's the whole thing. Like she was at the same level as Taylor Swift. There was like a legit beef, and now,
dude, if you go to fucking me and my brother were talking about that one day. Is like if you go to that Katy Perry album, whatever one in like 2009 that came out, bro. She had like 5 #1 hits on one album. Like it was crazy. It was fucking huge.
She was the same as Taylor Swift, and right now, Katy Perry just released an album last year, and nobody listened to it. So it ain't even about
Nobody
rap.
but Doechii fans.
It's you make a misstep, and you can really mess yourself up.
Yeah.
Career wise. When's the last time anybody this is not a joke, but when's the last time anybody heard a single from Lil Nas X? The man had the #1 song in the country for 11 weeks in a row. When's the last time did anybody know he released an album or a new single like I think 2 weeks ago or something?
Nope.
Fair. Valid
I ain't gonna
point.
lie though, I used to love Katy Perry when I was little.
Team Katy.
I used to be
California girls.
California girls
I used to be shooting blanks.
I gotta say,
or, pictures
I always
on,
thought,
shooting blanks.
yikes.
Shooting blanks is crazy.
yeah, her. I think
See,
actually,
that's old school. Rip a page
I
out the
think-
magazine, put it in your back pocket, take it home type shit.
Nah, listen, because I had to slide up
Kids these days,
Metro.
they don't know.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
could hop on Google.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
look at the images.
It was some
you know
slow
what I'm
ass internet, but you
Yeah,
can get
you
on
know what
Google
I'm
Images for sure.
saying? Titties was popping.
Everyone typed boobs into Google at one point, right?
I changed
but
my
nah.
stance. That's gonna be the thumbnail of the
first,
video.
I think actually the first time I ever busted a nut though was to Nicki Minaj.
Golly, dude.
Yeah. no kizzy.
No
kids.
kids.
Was it the Nicki Gucci thing, or was it just Nicki in general?
It was just Nicki.
Yeah.
I remember it was just
with
Nicki.
her full squad with the
Bro,
lollipop and
Nicki
shit.
used to be wilding though, bro.
Yeah.
Man, titties used to be.
I
Plus,
was just scrolling through Twitter and
Bro, Nicki
you
used
know
to be
how
so
the
fucking
algorithm
bad.
be, bro. Like I was just scrolling and all of a sudden it was like throwback to old Nicki Minaj and it was just titties with like some like just how you know how Nicki used to be,
Crazy,
just
yeah.
something covering the nipple, just enough to cover what's explicit.
Yeah. She's
The
still
Nicki
good, though.
Minaj
She
when
looks
she
the
tried
same
to
pretty
do
much, honestly.
when she tried to
Just
do
a
the
little.
Little Kim hardcore thing where she was like squatting down with the lollipop.
Yeah. that
All
lived
right, man,
rent free in a lot of
Doechii.
minds.
Doechii. It's not getting me in fucking trouble here. Doechii. Doechii.
I don't know.
What's the chances she chances this shit, Zay?
Man, I don't know. Doechii's on. I feel like not like y'all was saying. I really like what y'all was saying. Doechii, she's on a very thin line, man. She's riding this incredible wave of like she has the potential to stardom, but like y'all was saying about she can't get too ahead of herself and try to explore too much because she'll lose a lot of her core audience who liked her when she put out the Yucky Bucky Freestyle and stuff like that. Like we like what we always been listening to, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes when some of these
Can't
artists
go too far.
yeah, sometimes when these artists try to veer off and try and do something different, that's when you gonna mess it up.
Or
I
just say
do-
some dumb shit like Goldlink.
I do
Yup.
think she can also fuck her own shit up. She do just clearly like she like to say outrageous shit or rage bait motherfuckers or motherfucking.
Yeah, she just that's rage baiting.
You know what I'm saying?
But I
Like,
mean, look, if Doja Cat can survive, she'll
yeah,
be
but
all
no,
right.
we look at Doja Cat as a weird ass bitch already. Like, this
You don't
bitch
think
weird as
you
hell.
think Doechii's not weird?
Doechii? She don't seem like in the realm of Doja Cat. No,
I think that Doja
Fair.
Cat has one advantage that when we talk about like can she chance herself that Doechii doesn't have. We all
She
kind
had
of
certified hits.
well, not even that. I think that we all just consider Doja Cat just a pop artist. Like we don't look at her.
I don't know, but she can rap her ass
She
off.
can
No, she
rap.
can.
No, she can
But
rap
we
her
look at
ass
her
off,
as pop.
but
As
we
more of a
look
pop
at her
artist,
as a
yeah.
pop artist.
Yeah, that's-
like we
I agree.
look at
I agree.
Doechii right now as a female spitting rap artist. Even if she comes out and will put out a singing song, whatever that song with Kodak, Black Boys or whatever. Like she'll still do a pop song. But we look at Doechii like a rap artist. We look at Doja Cat like a pop artist. And pop artists can get away with some Justin Bieber bullshit and get away with a lot more. It took Katy Perry like 2 or 3 bad albums before everyone turned on her. Like you still can get away with some shit as a pop artist.
That's fair. That's fair. Big AP, close us out. What do you think? What do you think of Doechii's future?
I mean, I'm pretty much on the same tide as everybody else of like you just gotta wait and see where it goes. Right now, there's obviously a lot of buzz around her. Let's see where it goes. Like again, you see it. I mean, it's complete apples to oranges, but like an artist like Cardi, like he hasn't even been on social media or anywhere for the past 5 years, and all the buzz is still there. So it's like you got to see when it comes next time, when the next turn of events is that like if it holds up to what this is, you know what I mean, or if this is just a momentary lapse. So.
All right.